foremost, in a corporate joint venture model, there is a separate, distinct legal entity, whether in the form of the more commonly used company or limited liability partnership, which is set up by the parties. This really is essentially the face of the joint venture business. In comparison, in case of a contractual alliance, as the nomenclature also indicates, it's really the contract which defines the rights and obligations of the joint venture parties. The second point of distinction would be in case of a corporate alliance, the corporate entity acts as a shield and iron curtain and insulates the shareholder from any liability which is incurred by the company. And except in cases of fraud or gross negligence or such extraordinary acts on the parts of the shareholders, the corporate veil will not be lifted ordinarily. In comparison, because there is no distinct legal entity, this kind of a protection is not available in a contractual alliance, and therefore it is imperative that the contractual parties define their rights and obligations and liabilities in a crystal clear fashion, so that a non-defaulting party does not end up being held liable for the acts of a defaulting party. The third point of distinction would be in a corporate alliance, the company or the LLP will have to comply with a host of laws. For example, it will have to comply with the requirement of charter documents, it will have to file its annual return, balance sheets, and several administrative and compliance it will have to adhere with. This also naturally leads to an incremental cost. No such incremental compliance burden or administrative burden or cost is associated typically with a contractual alliance. The last substantive distinguishing factor would be that in case of a corporate joint venture, if the venture has to be wound up, the process under the statute is really cumbersome, time consuming, and anything but simple, which also leads to unwanted legal cost. In comparison, a contractual alliance can be far more easily and seamlessly wound up and terminated just in case things don't pan out as parties had anticipated, because parties are free to choose the termination regime which they contractually think is the best and suits their commercial expectations and objectives. Well, there are indeed several parameters which can be extremely handy for the potential joint venture partners to consider and decide whether a contractual alliance model fares better than a corporate joint venture model or vice versa. For instance, if the principal objective of the joint venture is really research and development, or really to test whether an idea can be successfully transformed into a prototype or a product, or it's really a technological driven joint venture, I would say that contractual alliance fares much better. In comparison, if the joint venture is really engaged or poised to be engaged in a sector which is extremely regulated, like a defense sector or insurance sector, or needs intensive capital investment, or is long-term in nature like an infrastructure project, arguably a corporate joint venture model fares better. Having said that, one size will not fit all, and parties must take a holistic view after weighing all the pros and cons and then taking an informed decision which option fares better over the other and suits their commercial objectives. Undoubtedly, the COVID-19 pandemic has really had a debilitating impact on business sentiments worldwide. And what it has really meant is that many potential joint venture partners who were looking to enter into joint venture pre-COVID have hit a pause button. In my view, this contractual alliance is just about the ideal tool to really, kind of bridge this gap and could inspire joint venture partners to take a plunge and really dip their toes in their water, test the waters, and even stress test the relationship between the JV partners to really see whether this is the ideal fit. And if at all the JV turns out to be as envisaged, at any point in future, parties can always migrate into a more formalistic corporate joint venture model. There is nothing which prevents them from doing so. Many times we have witnessed that culturally parties only after entering into a joint venture realize they are not the right fit. So therefore the contractual joint venture alliance also lets you test whether the partner with whom which you are sharing the bed, do you actually share the same dreams as well. And therefore in my view, contractual alliance could be just about the right response to really let potential JV partners pursue their JV ambitions and kickstart their joint venture relationships.